What's up, everybody, and welcome back to the BallGame podcast. I am the innocent bystander, Matt Sullivan.
I'm Trunks.
I'm Dean.
I'm Chris.
I've missed the last couple episodes.
Yeah, get the fuck out of here.
Well,
Why are you here?
let's think. Today, well, this is not when you guys are going to be.
I missed the NBA draft. I
missed the draft.
I missed
episode.
Drew coming on, which
did
was
miss Drew
pretty
coming on.
sucky. I wish I was there for that.
Two good episodes.
Two of the best episodes.
Yes.
Best ever.
Yeah.
Without you.
Two phenomenal episodes.
amazing.
without
They
that
were
you.
seems
so good.
That seems to
They
be
were
the
so
trend
good.
that's been happening.
So good.
Hey, you know what, Dean? We're about to put out a fucking banger today.
Just not as good because you're here.
If you would leave, we'd actually put out a better episode, but we'll put out a banger with you no matter what, Dean. So
Correct.
we are happy to have you back, though.
That whole conversation was so backhanded. I hate you guys. I hate you guys.
Anyways, welcome back, Dean, and welcome back to you guys for watching. That was
Welcome back
kinda
to you
English.
guys.
Well, that was
Colors.
English, not exactly English. Anyways, today we're going to be giving you guys our top 40 wide receiver rankings for fantasy football. Yes, I said 40, not 30. I know quarterbacks and running backs, we did 30, but wide receiver is probably, honestly, not probably. It is the deepest position in fantasy football.
It would
So
make
we
sense.
decided to make it 40 in total instead of giving you guys 30 so that you guys, would see our entire draft board for those of you that are going to be, eventually in drafts with us. But yeah, aside from that, we're going to be previewing the NFC and the AFC North as we continue going through these divisions. And honestly, this is one that I'm very excited for in terms of the divisions, honestly.
Do you guys want to do the first 10, 40 to 30? Or are we still doing fives?
We could stick with
No, that first 10, let's just run through it.
Yeah,
Run through.
I agree.
that's fair. Well, it'll be run through then. All right. Without further ado, I guess we'll get right into it. Yeah.
30 to 40s ran through.
Yeah, I mean, it is because it's going to be moving around the rosters,
All right. Are we ready to
You
start?
want to kick it off, Dean?
Of course I do. All right. These are my 30 to 40 receivers in fantasy football this year. At 40, last but certainly not least, I have Hollywood Brown. Then I have Chris Godwin at 39, George Pickens at 38, Brandon Cooks at 37, Kadarius Toney at 36, Deebo Samuel at 35, Deontay Johnson at 34, Quentin Johnston at 33, Jackson Smith at 32, Christian Kirk at 31. Tell me
My mind's fucking blown.
what's wrong.
Go slow. Say it again.
Yeah.
The first thing I heard was Chris Godwin.
I have
Go one by one.
Hollywood Brown at 40,
Okay. I'm cool
That's
with
fine.
that.
Chris Godwin
even
at
have 'em.
39,
That's kind of crazy.
That is a little low
little
for me,
low.
but
George Pickens at 38,
that's very low for me, to be honest.
Brandon
that's
Cooks
fine
at
with me.
37,
That's, yeah, okay.
Darius Toney at 36.
Yeah.
Deebo
For you
Samuel.
being as high as you are on him, that's wild.
I just don't trust his injury history.
Okay, fair
I
enough.
think he's.
Bro's
I,
had like 3 good games in his career. What do we
But
That's what
Dean
I'm
is
saying.
very, I'm just saying, Dean's very high on
I
him.
like him in terms of dynasty. I think I could see the potential long term. I just for this season, I'm not going to put all my eggs in one basket. If you look at the guys ahead of him, not putting him ahead of a lot of
That's
these
fair.
guys. That's just
This is
not
what
how
this
it's
is what
gonna
made
go.
this ranking so tough, though, because
For
there are
sure.
so many guys that you can't put them in front of.
Yeah,
But continue, go
I
ahead.
got Deebo at 35,
That's
Very
low.
low.
Deontay Johnson at 34,
Okay,
Quentin Johnston at 33.
that's very
it's
high.
Just, it's just a high-powered offense. A lot of throwing the ball,
That is so high.
airing it out. Jackson Smith at 32. Christian Kirk at 31. Christian Kirk, I could also see going a lot higher.
That's
than
what I was about to
31.
say
Yeah.
as well.
That could be a low one. I agree with that. Even right in that ranking felt a little weird for me, but we'll see how
Why?
it goes.
Why Godwin's so low?
Baker.
The team's not good.
But you said
So-
Baker's
You love
gonna take
Baker.
them day
No,
one?
Shake and bake.
There's another Bucks receiver that's
I was
real high.
I was about
Yes,
to
but-
say.
There's been multiple occasions where teammates have been high in fantasy football if there's no other options, really.
Yeah.
And they are the only
They
two
are.
options,
They
to
have-
be entirely honest.
They have both been high, like pretty much every season.
Almost every season that they've been together. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, but
Remember
I get
that
it.
one year when Chris Godwin came onto the scene and they also had Adam Humphries and you picked up both of them off your waivers? I had them both and I
Yes.
was always so torn between who to start, Adam Humphries or Chris Godwin, and I never made the right decision ever, every time.
I gotta ask, is Quentin Johnston your number 2 Chargers receiver here? It's spoiling your big board a little bit.
No, he's the
Okay,
third one.
cool. I was about to say, but
He's
still,
still
that
nuts.
high is crazy to me.
I didn't have him.
I didn't either.
Uh,
He wasn't even remotely close to my top 40.
no.
Wow. And then Debo. So whoa, what's up with that?
I mean, we saw signs. We saw a little bit of the 49ers using him less last season. I think especially with Christian McCaffrey, that role of weapon in Swiss Army knife that Debo was previously accustomed to. Christian McCaffrey took over that role and excelled. That's what he's there to do. He's there to catch balls in the backfield, catch those screen passes, be used as a slot receiver. Everything that Debo was doing so great before, Christian McCaffrey just does better. And I do believe Brandon Ayuk has a better season than Debo this year.
There you
So
go.
that's the reason why Debo is as low as he is. That's not taking away from any of his talent. I just think his situation sets him up in fantasy to where he's not going to be a top 30 receiver.
That was a
I like
great
that.
point, Dean.
Good.
Great point, because I
Yeah.
completely agree with what you just said entirely.
Yeah,
And the
I like
fact
Brandon
that,
Ayuk a lot.
oh my
So,
God, I love Brandon
I
Ayuk.
picked him as my breakout last episode.
You did.
Pretty
I
sure.
love
Yeah.
Brandon Ayuk,
He just-
especially having him
In
on my
terms of
dynasty
being a
team.
receiver and getting receptions and getting production, he just fits that offense a little bit better than Debo at this point, considering the fact you have Christian McCaffrey.
I think they both fit the offense. I'd honestly argue that Debo fits the offense better just because he's better at
Everything.
making it happen after
Yeah.
the. I don't know about everything.
Debo's still a great
Definitely not
receiver.
everything.
I agree with what you said. Like we saw it last year. He's never going to replicate
No.
the season he had when they had no running backs. But I still think Debo's a damn good receiver.
He is, no
Mhm.
question. It's just who's the quarterback supporting all these guys.
I
You know?
really don't think that's the problem.
It
at
is.
all.
You got
That's
Kittle,
not
you
a
got
problem.
McCaff, you got Debo, you got Ayuk. I'm sorry, there's no quarterback that's supporting that amount of volume on that team right now.
We saw Brock Purdy do it for 13 straight games.
It
Did we
wasn't
not?
it wasn't 13.
What, 10?
It was like 9 or 10.
And all those
yeah.
guys, and during that, those guys, in terms of he did a great job as a quarterback, but he wasn't making those guys
No.
great for fan. You know what I
He
like
helped Ayuk.
on a
No.
week-to-week basis. Those guys, besides McCaffrey, those guys weren't really great options. Kittle was
that's
good
kinda my
in
point
terms.
here,
Ayuk
though.
became
Yeah,
arguably
no,
the
I-
best receiver
yeah.
there. Ayuk arguably became the best receiver there.
I
with
don't.
Brock Purdy.
Right. I think all of these quarterbacks are quarterbacks that will be just getting the job done. A Kyle Shanahan offense isn't built for quarterbacks to throw for 4,000 yards and fucking 40 touchdowns. It's just
He
not
also
how it's
doesn't
gonna
give a
be.
fuck about your fantasy team.
Exactly. So
That's
that's
true.
also another reason why Debo's as low.
You think
as he
any
is.
coaches do?
No,
Nope.
but like Kyle Shanahan, like has explicitly said, I think he doesn't give a fuck about people's fantasy.
That's
team.
just. I mean, if you're in the NFL, that's what you have to
No.
say.
Yeah. No,
At
I
40, I have Mike Williams. At 39, Rashad Bateman. 38, Jordan Addison. 37, Treylon Burks. 36, Brandon Cooks. 35, Cortland Sutton. 34, Jahan Dotson. 33, Tyler Lockett. 32, Deontay Johnson. 31, Christian Watson.
Wow, there's a lot of guys.
Jahan
that I
Dotson
didn't-
is
a lot of guys that I didn't even have on my list there.
wow. You're high on Jahan.
He's a
Nice.
beast.
He is
He's
a
a
stud.
beast.
I
I love
agree.
Jahan
He was
Dotson.
great
Again,
last
Sam
year.
Howell. That's my issue.
Mike Williams was low too. I saw.
Mike Williams doesn't stay healthy.
I'm
He's
a-
not going to play a full season.
I'm gonna be
bro.
honest with you. I don't have Mike Williams high either. That's my issue too.
If he
I don't have him
plays,
high,
he's a
but-
top 24 guy, but
Yeah.
he's not going to play a full season. Like we said
Yeah.
last time, this is our draft board. I'm
Yeah.
not drafting Mike Williams.
That's
It was
fair.
a pain in my ass having him on my dynasty team last year.
That's
Made
what
me
I
very
said.
sad.
I said that last week on the last episode. I said this is my draft board. I'm not drafting a guy if I think there's massive injury concerns there.
Mhm.
So I'm gonna rank him lower
Yeah.
than other people.
Jahan Dotson, though, it's my guy. Love him.
Okay.
Sam
fair.
Howell will
You
take him.
think they
to the
can
promised
support
land.
2 people in that offense? Fantasy wise?
I mean, it's
Yeah.
an NFL offense. You'd hope they'd be able to support 2 people.
It's not always the case, unfortunately.
I think so. I think Sam Howell is going to have such a good year.
The Commanders aren't terrible.
No, they're not. We're gonna preview the NFC East next week. On
I'm
the next
not
episode,
like
but
down on Sam Howell. I think Sam Howell's gonna have a real solid season.
I just don't know how good he's gonna be. I think he'll be like bordering on average, and that would be great for the Commanders.
I
to
really
be
think he
honest.
could be above average.
Oh, I mean,
I think he shouldn't have won as late in the draft as he went when he
Agreed.
got drafted.
agree with
I
that.
think he was phenomenally exceptional at UNC. Maybe not as much his senior year as he was his junior year, but he was still a really, really damn good quarterback
was.
prospect. So I have faith in him.
I
and I
think he
think
should have
Jahan
gone second round.
Dotson was just so fucking good last year.
yes,
He was a great route runner. He was great for them in the red zone. So, yeah, I predict John Dotson to have a solid year.
And you're high on Jordan Addison. Not high, but
I
like
just think it's going to be a
high-powered passing.
Yeah, they're going to throw
Yeah.
the ball a shit ton. Jettis can't catch every single ball.
TJ
There's no-
Hawkinson's also there too.
Yeah,
Also, no more Thielen.
No more.
yeah there's no more Thielen. So,
You'd
So
have to
gotta take
assume
his
he picks up a
touches.
lot of that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Got it.
All
Top
right.
40.
he's the
40 to
only
30.
rookie I had, I'm pretty sure.
Really?
I didn't have any rookies on my
Yeah, he
list.
was the only rookie I
I
had.
have
Really?
0 rookies on my big board.
Yeah.
I have
0.
3.
Okay.
I lied. I have 1, and he's okay. Go ahead.
At 40, I have Juju. 39, Michael Thomas. 38, Cortland Sutton. 37, Brandon Cooks. 36, Kadarius Toney. 35, George Pickens. 34, Christian Watson. 33, Hollywood Brown. 32, Christian Kirk, and 31, Mike Williams.
Very
I'm
low
so
on Christian Kirk
surprised.
too.
I'm so surprised you have Michael Thomas on there.
I'm too. I
I
didn't
just
have
put
him
him
on.
there because if he stays healthy, we know what he can do.
Are you drafting
but-
him?
At that point? Yeah,
The guys below him. You're drafting him before those guys.
I would think so. Yeah.
Okay.
That's yeah.
Okay. I mean, fair enough. More
I just
power
think with
to
the
you.
emergence of Chris Olave, even if he gets close to where he was, he's not going to be the number one on a team.
I know, but that's fine. Where I would be drafting him. It's,
If
it's
you're
okay.
getting-
I don't
It's
think Chris
39.
Olave is the type of receiver who would take away from Michael
I
Thomas.
agree. That's
Yeah.
what I was about to say.
Michael Thomas operates from the slot. Chris Olave is a true X. He definitely takes targets away from him being how
I mean it
great
in the
he
literal
is.
sense
But
of who you're throwing the
Yeah.
ball to in terms of running routes.
Look, I'm
no,
just
they're
saying,
not
if
doing
Michael
the same
Thomas
thing.
is healthy, then it's Michael Thomas.
the steal of the draft every
Yeah.
year.
for
You
sure.
draft
I
him
just
there.
don't see a world where 4 years later you're getting any type of the same production.
I agree. No, I agree. And I don't think he will stay healthy. We haven't seen it. And I hope he does. I'd love to see him
Hope he
healthy
stays healthy,
again.
but I think even if he stays healthy, he just will be a step slow.
Fair
He'll
enough.
always be a
look,
step.
he's
behind.
always been a possession receiver. So if he could just hang on to that, I mean,
Yeah.
that's
I
that.
have a question before you go,
Go ahead.
and maybe you'll answer it when you go. But did anyone have Elijah Moore on their list?
I did not, but he was
You
like,
thought about
on the
it?
cut.
Yeah, I thought
On
about
the
it as
cut.
well.
No.
Definitely.
Jahan
definitely.
Dotson was another one that was on
I
the
just
cut
have
for
a
me.
personal thing about Elijah Moore.
Everything everyone's been saying about him in camp with the Browns, it's been all good things.
Bro,
They've
he's
been-
going to be a stud.
Yeah.
I wish he wouldn't have thrown his fit last year because it really screwed up the situation. I wish he would have just. I understand it was shitty. I understand he wasn't getting the ball most of the year, but we had a terrible offensive coordinator. LaFleur was not good for us. Zach Wilson was even worse. You
I
know,
agree.
and I feel like Elijah Moore kind of had to understand the situation and know that better things were coming. And if he would have just been patient, imagine that. Imagine
Garrett and
Garrett,
Elijah.
Wilson, Elijah Moore, and Alan Lazard. You could have cut Corey Davis and called it a day, and that was it. Kept your second round pick, or no, they got a second round pick for Elijah Moore.
Yeah. I mean,
no, they
he
gave
w-
one up too. No, they gave up. They gave up like
They might have
fifth
pick
or
swapped.
something.
They
Whatever,
might have pick
whatever it
swapped,
was.
to be honest.
We
But
lost Elijah
I
Moore,
think you got a third.
and that was a guy. I feel like giving up raw talent like that was almost a mistake. I know we had off the field stuff, but man, I wish we would have kept him. He really does have all the talent in the world to
Yeah.
succeed. We
Yeah,
saw
that's
it.
a
We saw
guy
it
who-
his rookie year.
Yeah, that's why I brought him up. I figured no one would have him on his on their top 40, but that's a guy that I'm definitely looking to draft
agree.
in fantasy football this year.
I
agree.
wish it worked out.
If you have him in a dynasty format, if you don't, now's the time to go get him. Also, like he is a very solid buy option at this current moment because,
He could easily pass up a bunch of guys we have.
bro, he could be in the top
30s,
20 if I'm
40s.
being
I don't know.
entirely honest.
I don't know if you guys watched many Jet games last season, but
Oh, I did.
after he made his
What?
comments, he was punished by running so many pre-snap. What do you call
Yes, like motions.
these? Bro? They just had this man doing
And
motions,
never
all
touching the
game
ball.
and didn't touch the ball.
Never
it was
touching
actually
it.
the most fucked up thing I've seen on a football field. It was actually personal at that point.
Yeah, it was.
But anyway,
All right, here we go. Wide receiver 40, I have Deontay Johnson. 39, I have Zay Flowers. 38, I have DJ Chark. 37, I have Isaiah Hodgins. 30, you guys are not going to like that. 36, I have Brandon Cooks. 35, I have Drake London. 34, Mike Williams. 33, Michael Pittman. 32, Kadarius Toney. And 31, Tyler Lockett.
Yeah, the Hodgins thing just sounds personal to me. but-
Yeah.
It's most definitely personal.
I can't really argue it though.
It's
But
a
he was
personal list.
phenomenal
Yeah,
last
he
season
was
when he played.
what weeks 13 through 18. He was what like a top 8 guy.
Yes.
So yeah,
And then shredded Pat Pete in the playoffs.
yeah. So I could see it for sure. He's gonna get wide receiver 1 looks.
He should. I
yeah.
believe he should be getting
Yeah.
those types of
I
looks.
can't really
That's what I
argue it.
expect.
He's definitely a guy I overlooked when I was making my list. Honestly, now that I'm thinking about it, I'd probably throw him at like 37 on my
Yeah,
list,
I have him
ahead
at
of
30,
Treylon
yep.
Burks and Jordan Addison and Rashad Bateman.
What
That's exactly
website
where
is
I
that?
have him. What?
What website is that?
This is Cheat Sheet King. Literally the best thing
You
ever.
pay for it?
No, it's entirely free. Shout out Cheat Sheet King.
Wow.
Shout out our new sponsor.
Yeah, Chi King. If you're looking
If you
for
want a
someone to
sponsor,
partner up with,
That looks so much better. than
I
my-
literally love you guys. This is the best
looks
thing
so much
ever. I
better than
use
my-
this every single year. You could tier them and stuff too. Like this is not even a sponsorship, but
I just have
please
a,
do
I
sponsor.
just have a spreadsheet.
No, this is beautiful.
I have
This is the
my-
best thing ever.
Notes app.
so do I.
No, this is the best thing ever. I really do love this app. Not app, but like website and stuff. So I just make my cheat sheets on here every year.
Weren't you using your notebook?
I have that for the
For the
divisions.
come on.
Come on, bro.
Sorry.
Get you. Come on. Come on.
So silly.
But yeah, that's my 40 to 31. So
So, all right, Dean, you're up.
here you go.
All right. So
From
at
30 to 21.
at number 30, y'all are gonna hate this. I have Alan Lazard. At 29, I have Christian Watson. 28, I have Mike Williams. 27, I have Mike Evans. And 26, I have Drake London.
Okay. 26 Drake London. Okay, interesting. Nice.
All right.
I don't hate anything there.
I don't have Alan Lazard on my list.
I don't either. Not even close. He wasn't even in consideration.
That was a
for me.
personal pick.
That's fair. That's entirely fair. Everyone's
Nice.
allowed one.
All right. No, you're up.
It doesn't matter that much, but
At 30, I have Brandon Ayuk. At
Oh.
29, Christian Kirk. 28, Calvin Ridley. 27, Mike Evans. 26, Chris Godwin. So the thing with Kirk Ridley and Evans Godwin, I know that one of them is probably going to have a better season than the other one.
I agree.
I didn't know who to pick, so I just bunched them together here.
That
That's,
actually sounds like
that's
the most fair argument ever.
yeah, and then the Ayuk thing, I know you guys really love Brandon Ayuk. I just truly do believe that Deebo Samuel is a better wide receiver than him, and he's shown me more so far in his career. I don't see why things would change. I know Brandon Ayuk's a super talented player, but to me, I just see wide receiver 2. Deebo Samuel has shown us wide receiver 1 production.
So with Purdy, Ayuk was the better producer in terms of fantasy football.
Deebo was hurt last year.
But I agree with that. I'd say as a pure receiver, I would take Ayuk. In terms of a weapon, I'm taking Deebo Samuel. But I think that's different in the fact that if I could throw the ball on a slant every time to Deebo Samuel, I trust Deebo's going to make a play after that. But I would take Tyler Lockett, Brandon Ayuk in terms of route running ability and his hands overall over Deebo Samuel. That's where
I just think
take
those guys who
Ayuk.
are weapons like Deebo Samuel who could make a big play like so fast, I just think they're so valuable in
That's
fantasy
fair.
football. So
That's fair.
I probably have Deebo a lot higher than you guys on my list, but yeah,
I'm intrigued to see how high. But
not like too high, but seems like higher than you guys.
okay. We'll definitely see about that. Go ahead, Chunks. All on you.
At 30, I have Deontay Johnson. 29, Tyler Lockett. 28, Drake London. 27, Michael Pittman. And 26, Mike Evans.
You have Deontay, you said. Did you
At
mention
30.
George Pickens yet?
Yeah, 35.
Okay.
George Pickens didn't make my list.
Really?
Really?
Wow, I have him too high then.
No, I mean it's your list.
Wait.
George
Wait
Pickens
to
hear
is a
this.
super talented player. I'm not bought in on Kenny Pickett.
The thing is, he and Pickett seem to have a connection coming down the stretch, though. That was the difference. That's why I ranked him so high. And I think Kenny Pickett's going to be really good, but I'll get into that.
Yeah, I mean, I personally think Deontay has a bounce. Deontay was very poor for fantasy last year, but I think Deontay is going to have a bounce back year. If I personally would stay away from both of them in fantasy because I personally don't trust
That's
Kenny
fair.
Pickett, but if I was to draft one of them, I would draft Deontay. Even if he's going earlier in drafts, he's still the one I would draft.
Bro, I drafted traded Deontay for Amari and a first.
That's
Yeah,
crazy.
that was a fleece.
Yeah.
That's
Crazy. And
crazy.
he offered it to me.
You could probably flip Amari for a first now.
Who did that trade?
Potentially.
Nice.
No surprise. No surprise there. All right. So for me, I have 30, Chris Godwin, 29, Cortland Sutton, 28, Christian Watson, 27, I have Calvin Ridley, and 26. This was a tough one. I think he'll end up higher, but it's DeAndre Hopkins. So,
Okay. No, I like that.
so yeah. Any thoughts on that? Cortland Sutton. Did you guys say him?
Not on my list.
I had him at 35.
I had him
Okay.
at 38.
Okay. All right.
I wanted to put him higher. He's just a guy
It's
who I
hard.
just like in terms of my draft board. It's just hard to draft a guy who doesn't stay on the fucking field.
I
Yeah.
agree.
I
agree.
love Cortland
That's
Sutton.
why I had him at
I think
29.
he is such a fucking damn good receiver. I think he's everything you want in a
Out of the
number one
one,
receiver. He just doesn't
Yeah.
stay on the fucking field.
And I know we're not supposed to rank based on injury, but I feel like receiver is one of those positions where it has to be
I think
something that you
running back is
about.
the biggest importance.
I
of
wasn't here for that
but yes.
episode, so how did you guys do with that?
So
For what?
I
back
sometimes
episode.
for some of the running backs had them lower on my draft board
Because
based
of
on injury
injury?
alone.
So like a guy like J.K. Dobbins.
I had him high.
So you didn't care about injury with him.
No, because
you
he looked
pick and
really
choose-
good
So
towards
you pick
the
and
back
choose
end.
who you.
Well, it's
Yeah,
just
different.
different
Yes,
between
it's
a
just off your head.
It's different between like a guy like J.K. Dobbins. He had one injury,
And it was
like
a torn
he's not injury prone. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
A guy like Cortland Sutton, he's had
It's over.
numerous seasons of
Right.
Yeah,
not being on the
repetitive.
field.
Chris
I
Godwin
just
was hard to
asking
put this low.
What y'all did with the
honestly.
running backs, if that, you know what I mean?
No,
Yeah.
yeah. It was tough. Running backs were way harder because it's more frequent that they get injured, and that's
Yeah.
the issue. So it's kind of just
Yeah, it's kind of just like
it's a
how
shit
you
show,
feel. I mean,
yeah.
I remember last year I was dying on the hill that I'm drafting Christian McCaffrey number 1 overall. I don't care about any injury concerns. He's just a better fantasy player than Jonathan Taylor. And people said I was I mean,
it paid off.
yeah, I mean, he was a running back too. Jonathan Taylor was not that good. But-
you're right.
So
yeah. I mean,
So,
I'm surprised you had Calvin really that low.
you know,
you're gonna be surprised, dog.
I just think the familiarity with Kirk is going to be a big factor in this. And then not only that, I think Calvin Ridley's going to be the player that's going to win leagues towards the back end of the season, but start off very slow because he's been away from football for a little while.
That's fair.
yeah, I think
Alright.
one of those guys is gonna
Have a
probably take over as the true number 1. But
yeah.
I really do think they're both gonna eat.
Yes.
I
agree.
don't think Trevor Lawrence is gonna, favor one guy. I think they're both gonna be solid
gonna
fantasy
make this look
options. I don't
stupid for
think either one of them is gonna be particularly great in terms of fantasy.
I think they could arguably both be in the top 20, but in the late teens area, in my opinion. So I don't know. It's tough. Them two were definitely difficult for me to rank, honestly. I didn't know who I wanted to put above the other. But go ahead, Dean. 25 to 21.
So at 25, I have Jerry Jeudy. At 24, I have DK Metcalf. At 23, I have Brandon Ayuk. 22, I have DJ Moore. And at 21, I have Zay Flowers.
Oh my gosh.
What?
Time the fuck out. You
Why?
have DK here?
Yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah.
DK,
Yeah.
DJ Moore, which, all right, fine. But DK?
And then Zay Flowers.
And Zay Flowers. Zay Flowers is going to come in.
He was the only rookie that I had on here.
Immediately be a above average receiver. And I think Lamar comes out of the gate throwing the ball way more than they had before. Lamar comes out with a fire under him. I think Zay Flowers ends up being almost a Pro Bowler this season. I think he gets 1,000 yards.
I'm going to be honest. I
Comes
also
in-
think this is very low for Jerry Jeudy, but that's just my personal opinion.
I just feel like there's a lot of weapons in Denver. And
Wow. Zay Flowers over DK Metcalf.
Zay Flowers over DK.
That's
There's
crazy.
there's also a lot of guys in Seattle now between Lockett, Jackson Smith, and DK himself. And I, again, like I said
It's
last
a clear
week, I
number
don't
one, though.
think Geno Smith replicates kind of close to what he was able to do first half of the season last year. I think he looks closer to what he did second half of the season.
Fair enough, I guess.
And DJ Moore, I could argue DJ Moore could be a lot higher in my opinion.
I think he's someone that'll shock a lot of people
Yeah,
this
me
season.
too.
To be
I think
honest.
I think him is like looking back at it as we're doing it live. I would probably bump him up into the teens somewhere.
There's weapons on that team. and I mean, we'll talk about DJ Moore eventually, but there's weapons there. But I think he's about to show the world that he's a legit, true number one receiver. Like that
I
he
agree.
should have been this
Yeah.
whole goddamn time. But like, we'll get into that when we get into that.
But I'm a big Zay Flowers guy.
Respect DK Metcalf,
Flowers.
man.
Yeah, that's
a little
crazy.
crazy.
To me.
Fucked up.
It's crazy. I want to.
Y'all are
You
gonna-
predicted the very big season from him.
Y'all,
so I'm
y'all are
curious
gonna
to
find
hear
out.
Well, we're gonna find out.
Oh, we will find out.
Fuck
Fuck
around,
around, find
motherfucker.
out.
At 25, I have Hollywood Brown. At 24, I have Michael Pittman. 23, Jerry Jeudy. 22, Debo Samuel. And 21, Terry McLaurin.
You don't have Debo that much higher than I do. That's not insane.
I'm just confused at the Hollywood Brown at 25. That's the only thing that I would
I
I
agree.
just think
be confused about.
Someone's got
Cardinals,
to
the Cardinals have no one else to throw the ball to. I could see him getting 8
Oh,
to
who's their
10
quarterback?
targets.
Colt McCoy still?
Yeah.
Yeah,
That man's booty cheeks.
no, I agree. I just think
That's why
Hollywood
he's going
Brown,
to throw it to Hollywood
That
Brown
man-
every
Hollywood Brown
time.
that
might
man's
see 8 to 10
ass.
targets per game.
I agree. There's nobody else.
They have-
There's
they have-
literally
they
it's
have
Zach
Dor- they
Ertz,
have
baby.
Dortch.
If Kyler was playing, I'd have Hollywood probably top 15 because he'd have more
They have
more
Rondale
touchdown
Moore, but that's it.
upside. But
Rondale Moore.
he's gonna get so many.
You say Greg Dortch, but Rondale Moore is
I'm not.
Come
fucking-
on.
I'm not sitting here being serious saying Greg Dortch.
Okay, don't
I'm
say
fucking
anyone
I
kidding.
just
then.
think
Just dare.
I just think Hollywood's gonna get so many targets that he's bound to have a decent
I can see it.
fantasy.
That's yeah, I agree. But
I thought he
just
was
as
really good
well.
last year too. Before he got hurt, and then before Hopkins came back, he was really, really, really good.
Yeah.
I held them out. I just couldn't do it. I don't know.
You didn't have him ranked top 40 at all. I think that's pretty nuts.
Oh yeah, no, I had him. I had him at
Hollywood?
40.
Oh, yeah, I have him at 33.
I did not have him ranked.
I think that's pretty nuts.
I know
honestly.
it's hard because he is so talented.
They might
but-
be the worst offense in the league.
Yeah, that's.
I know,
that's
I
the
just-
thing.
I just think he's gonna like. I know that shit does matter for fantasy, but I just think
The
they're
volume.
they're so bad that he's gonna get so much volume
I
that
just
he's.
don't think
go-
that's always how it works.
It typically is.
I don't think it is always either, but I really think they're so fucking bad. Like they have
They're
no
actually-
other
They might be the
weapons.
worst offense of all time.
They have no other weapons other than him. Like
They're going to
he's
be the
going-
worst team in the league.
He's going to see 8 to 10 targets a game. Like I said, I would have him higher if I thought he had more touchdown upside because he doesn't really have that much touchdown upside. But I just think in terms of PPR, he's going to get a shit ton of targets.
We'll talk more about this one in the future, but just a quick answer. If you get the first overall pick and you're the Cardinals, are you taking Caleb?
Yeah.
Okay,
As of right now.
just asking.
I mean, right. Coming off a torn ACL, you have a quarterback who's 5'9", who you've seen flaws in, and who doesn't particularly always want to be
Give a
there.
fuck about football.
He doesn't give a fuck about the Cardinals. You know what I mean? I wouldn't.
Caleb Williams is
I just,
he's like a Patrick Mahomes. Like
No, he
we've watched the
literally
guy.
is.
Like
I
yeah,
feel like that's a prospect you first of all can't
Miss.
can't pass up on.
Yeah,
Second of all, I'm not thinking twice about moving on from Kyler Murray over Caleb Williams.
cool.
and I like
Just
Kyler
checking.
Murray. I think he's a really good
I think he
player.
could
I think he could have success in this league. I
He
just
needs to change his
Cal-
scenery.
He can't be there.
Caleb Williams is he's just a can't miss
I
prospect.
would
Agreed.
This is way too early, but I would love to see Kyler Murray go to Vegas.
Even if
Yeah.
they get number 2, I'm considering
Drake May.
drafting
I would
Drake
take
May.
Drake May over
yeah.
him as well. Yes, I'm completely in agreement with that.
Yeah, and there's
But-
going to be plenty of teams going after Kyler's services for sure.
For sure.
Yeah.
25.
25, Jerry Jeudy. 24, Debo Samuel. 23, DeAndre Hopkins. 22, Chris Godwin. And 21, DJ Moore.
I'm a lot higher on some of these guys than you guys.
Like
Okay.
who?
We'll get into it. You guys.
Jerry Jeudy, you're very high on.
25, I have Debo Samuel. 24, I have Terry McLaurin. 23, I have Christian Kirk. 22, I have Amari Cooper. And 21, I have Devontae Smith. So
Marcelo and
Chris
Smitty.
Amari Cooper.
I have AJ Brown very high.
And you said you would
Um,
Coop in there
so-
too?
Yeah, I have Coop at
So do
22. I have Coop at 22, Devontae at 21. But the wide receiver 21 is still a very, very, very high scoring player. That's
Yeah,
the
for
thing.
sure.
So it was just tough for me to rank him over some of these other guys. Yeah, this is about to get spicy.
It was about to get messy.
Like pee.
About to get very spicy from here on out. Go ahead, Dean. 20 to 16.
At 20, I have Keenan Allen. At 19, I have Devontae Smith. At 18, I have DeAndre Hopkins. DeAndre Hopkins can move anywhere from 15 to 35, depending on the situation. At 17 I have Jalen Waddle, which y'all might think is low,
No, I agree.
and at 16 I have Devontae Adams.
Wow.
Whoa, that's low.
Wow.
I mean Jimmy G, who the fuck knows if he's healthy or not? Probably not. Probably not gonna play the first few weeks of the season. The Raiders are gonna be bad.
I just think Devontae's just that guy.
He is that guy, but there's also guys in front of him who are more that guy
He's quarterback proof.
this season. Is he quarterback proof?
Yes.
We'll find out.
Devontae is quarterback proof.
We'll find out.
All right, let's hear it, Chris.
At 20, I have Keenan Allen. 19, DeAndre Hopkins. 18, DJ Moore. 17, Drake London. And 16, Amari Cooper.
Drake London at 17.
Wow.
He's going to ball out.
I like it. That was my
Damn.
breakout guy. I should have put him a little bit higher considering I said that, but
Where'd you have him again?
who, me?
Yeah.
26.
Okay, that's not bad.
Not
I had
bad.
him at like
Could-
34.
Could be higher.
I think he's going to have a big year, and I think they're going to get in the red zone a lot. And I think he's
Agreed.
just such a good red zone threat that he's going to have a lot of red zone touchdowns. The touchdowns are going to carry him, in my opinion.
Mhm.
He's never going to be like a crazy PPR guy getting a shit ton of receptions, but I think touchdowns will carry him.
Like
and I expect
like
him.
Mike Evans is a good comp.
I mean, yeah, something like that. Mike Evans clears Drake London as a player. I
Yeah.
don't
He
know.
does. I guess he's more of a vert threat
Mike,
than he is too.
Mike Evans is honestly one of the most consistent receivers ever. And then comparing Drake London to him is
Yeah.
just.
But I get the gist. I get
what you're saying. I get what you're getting at. It's just Evans is
A
also
tall receiver.
6'6".
They're just both tall.
That's
I guess.
and he's not even as tall as Mike.
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah,
or,
but I
or
expect-
as fast, or as good, or as handsome.
Nope, not in any of the above.
He actually might be more handsome.
No, he's.
Mike's more tatted. Maybe in 5 years, once he gets his tats.
I
and
don't know.
stuff.
Drake is a half decent looking.
I take Drake London.
Blind rank these receivers based on their attractiveness.
attractiveness.
We're gonna do that.
We should do
We're
that.
gonna do it.
I'm looking at Chris Olave, man.
Yeah.
Chris
Olave's
Olave's a handsome
handsome,
dude.
man.
Yeah,
Oh my
DJ Moore
God.
is also
Yeah.
handsome in my opinion. Too.
Cooper Cup. Yo, Braxton. Y'all seen Braxton Berrios though?
He's pretty handsome.
You're an idiot.
He definitely cracks my top
All right,
five.
Chokes, what you got? 20 to 16.
20, Calvin Ridley. 19, Brandon Ayuk. 18, Terry McLaurin. 17, Devontae Smith. And 16, Keenan Allen.
I appreciate your love to Brandon Ayuk.
Bro, who's
Yeah,
my
Keenan
breakout?
Allen pretty high.
I have him higher.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
don't
mean,
think
he's
it's
on
that
my.
high.
I'm not complaining. I'm just saying.
All right, here we go. At 20, I have Brandon Ayuk. At 19, I have George Pickens. At 18, I have Jalen Waddle. At 17, Mike Evans. And 16, Jerry Jeudy.
So you're gonna draft him there?
Yes.
Okay.
Well, no, because of value. But
What do
he
you,
is.
What do you mean?
He's not gonna draft. What
He's not gonna-
that would be like the third, fourth round. Why would he draft George Pickens in
if
the
I could
fourth
get
round?
him in the
if he's
fifth.
sixth or whatever?
ish.
Yeah.
So why is he ranked that high in your fantasy?
Because I rank him higher than these guys.
but
he
you take
thinks he's-
those guys over him.
No,
Not
I
necessarily.
wouldn't take
I
those
just
guys
hold
over
off
him.
on
He
that
just-
position
he
because
dra-
I
yeah, he
feel like I
drafted
could draft him
quarterback.
later.
He'd draft Lamar or something instead of reaching for a receiver that he doesn't think is
Precisely.
that good.
Okay.
Something like that.
Precise.
Agreed. Yeah, it's fucking crazy. I know, but I think him and Pickett are gonna get
Get
on the
jiggy
same
with it.
page this year. I think Pickett is gonna have a solid season, and I think George Pickens is that guy. Pickett to Pickens. It's that simple. It's
PP.
that simple.
Why are you so low on Jalen Waddle?
Yeah.
He was like the wide receiver 5 last year or some shit.
I'm at 18. It's not that low.
It's pretty
a little
low.
I just think
Just look at
that-
the guys above him.
the guys above him will have a higher target share in their offense.
Yeah, but his ability to break off big plays, I don't know. I don't know if I could
It's
think of
it's tough, bro.
18
it's
guys
It's very.
who I'd
different.
rather have.
Tyreek's going to jail.
Oh my
Yeah.
god. Oh my god. Oh my god.
I gotta
Jalen
change
Waddle.
my
Wide receiver 5.
Change my
Wide receiver 5. Jalen Waddle, wide receiver 5.
To be fair, guys, this is before Tyreek goes to jail.
So we don't know. Yeah, this was recorded the same day that we recorded the NBA draft.
Yeah,
the
Jalen
mock
Waddle
draft.
was the wide receiver 8 last year.
It's tough, man. There's so many great
Chris, were you wearing the
receivers
hat in the first one?
No,
Nice.
that's why I put it on. Cool.
here.
Y'all should have changed your shirts or something.
Yeah.
I was naked in the first one.
Nice. Send me that footage behind the scenes.
Yeah, so I'm surprised you guys don't hate the fact that I have Jerry Jeudy at wide receiver 16 too.
I don't hate it because I think he's
I
gonna have a
can
really
see
big
it.
year.
Someone's got to have a
Yeah.
great season with Russ, bro. Because I think Russ is going to have a big season.
I'm not mad at it because I want to see it. I want to see Jerry Jeudy succeed.
He's an
I
injury-prone
liked him
guy
as
that I
a
want to see
player.
him break out.
Yeah, so I'm not mad at it.
Fair.
I keep touching your foot.
All right.
Dude,
All right, who you got? 15 to 11, Dean.
At 15, I have T. Higgins. 14, I have Amari Cooper. At 13, I have Amon-Ra St. Brown. At 12, I have Terry McLaurin. And at 11, I have Devontae Adams.
Damn.
Devontae, yeah.
You've Devontae
Wait.
Adams
You have
twice?
Devontae Adams on
He's that
two
good that you
different
put him
parts of your
twice.
list.
He's twice on my list. He's twice.
And like very like different part of the list there.
11 and 16, damn.
So what is it?
Go with 11.
Was
Just go
one of
with
them
11.
supposed to be
Alright.
Devontae Smith?
Damn, so my
No,
whole
'cause
list
he
is
said
messed
Devontae
up.
Smith.
Did he? Okay.
My whole list is messed up. I'm going to keep Devontae at 11.
Oh, so he is quarterback proof now.
He is quarterback proof. Scratch whatever I said before. Everybody moves up one, and I'm adding. Figure it out later.
Ed Juju.
Jahan Dotson. Jahan Dotson, come on.
Juju
Ed
Smith-Schuster.
Salvin Ahmed.
No.
Juju Smith-Schuster is number 40.
You
No.
serious? Over Jahan Dotson?
No.
You serious?
Add your boy Elijah Moore.
Ed
Yeah.
Michael Thomas.
Add Elijah Moore, bro. Come on, it's your wide receiver 40. Who the fuck cares?
Your wide receiver 40 is Elijah Moore.
Yeah.
Group decision.
Yep.
Chris, you're up.
All right, at 15, T. Higgins. 14, Devontae Smith.
I didn't even talk.
All right, 15, T. Higgins. 14, Devontae Smith. 13, Chris Olave. 12, Wilson. And 11, Jalen Waddle.
Solid.
Solid.
Yeah.
Thanks.
I thought
Yeah.
you were going to have Jalen Waddle in your top 10, honestly.
I wanted to, but couldn't.
I
Wait,
almost
did you
do
say
too.
you didn't say DK, right?
No.
Cool. I was going to say
So cool.
this is very low for how you felt
Cool,
about
cool,
it.
cool.
Go ahead, Trunks.
15, Amari Cooper. 14, DK Metcalf. 13, T. Higgins. 12, Chris Olave. 11, Jalen Waddle.
Nice.
Okay.
Watching us do this with no headphones is so weird.
I don't know how Ortiz does it, honestly.
It feels weird. It doesn't feel right. It feels
Wow.
unnatural.
This is scary.
It's like I forget how to have a conversation.
Yeah, let me see.
All right.
At 15, I have Keenan. I
All
can't
right,
even hear.
Let me try.
Well, yeah, it doesn't work for you because you're the one that's about to do your
Yeah, but it
list.
sounds weird
It's a little
because I hear
strange, right?
myself through here,
That's true.
Yeah.
so it doesn't
Now I
sound
kind of just
right.
have to trust that I don't sound like an asshole.
An idiot. Yeah.
Yep.
All right. At 15, I have Keenan Allen. At 14, I have Chris Olave. At 13, I have T. Higgins. At 12, I have DJ Moore. And 11, I have Amon-Ra St. Brown.
Beautiful.
Nice.
All right, we're on to the top 10.
Why don't you hit him with it, Dean?
All right. These are our top 10 fantasy wide receiver rankings. Let me redo that. These are our top 10 wide receiver.
These
Fantasy
are our-
wide receiver rankings.
These are our top 10 fantasy wide receivers.
No. I want to do it.
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
These are our top 10 fantasy wide receivers.
Yeah.
Thank you. Shall I copy?
Actually,
Okay. Okay.
Yo, I was watching Sam and Cat, and they had that girl from Zoe. What's her
From Zoe
name?
101.
What's her name? Stacy.
Yeah, she's a big old cheek.
Yeah, she was on Sam and Cat, bro.
Was she?
Yeah, Cat found a pink shoe in a bush, and she was like, "Oh my god, I need to find the other one."
She sounds
And
like
she,
this.
yeah, she traced her to the hospital. She fell and her shoe came off. So Kat went to the hospital with Sam and found her sitting there and stole her shoe while she was like loopy.
that was a show.
Y'all seen the trailer for Zoe 102?
What?
No way.
No.
There's a Zoe
The
102.
fuck did you just say to
there's
me?
a movie.
No
Bro,
way.
they're coming out with a movie.
No
What?
way.
Like the same
they're
actors and shit?
Same actors.
Oh
my
God.
Bro,
Yo.
the motherfucker with the curly hair. That
Jamie
was,
Lynn's going to get
that was
pregnant
Zoe's
again.
bro.
boyfriend in the show.
Chase.
Chase?
Matthews.
Chubby as fuck.
Oh,
Yeah.
You know who was the best? Michael. You know why?
Michael.
Michael.
Because he invented the word dripping like 10 years ahead of its time, bro.
Facts. That is
Yeah.
so
He
true.
is the ultimate dripping.
Wow, I
He
didn't
is-
know that.
He is the
Wow.
drip
That's
god.
sick. That's
This is
sick.
the
That's
best
sick.
day ever.
He's the drip god.
Y'all need to see the trailer. It actually
Yeah.
looks really good.
I will definitely look at that when I get the chance.
All right. So at 10, I have Chris Olave. At 9, I have Calvin Ridley. At 8, I have Stephon Diggs. At 7, I have CD Lamb. And at 6, I have Cooper Kupp.
Wow.
You just say Calvin Ridley in your top 10?
What a list.
He did say he was going to have the best year of his career.
Wow.
What a list.
The best year in his career. It can't not be top 10.
It's fair. Man of his word.
I guess.
No.
Can't argue that.
All right.
That'd be cool to see.
I would love to see it.
How much conviction do you have in that decision, Dean?
What's the scale of conviction?
Let's
1
make a
to 10.
bet.
Top 10
Let's make a
fantasy
bet.
wide receiver. Calvin Ridley.
Yo,
That's
I'll
what
make
I
it.
put.
Actually, oh,
No,
fuck.
shut up. I'm here.
No.
We're making a
Wait.
bet.
Do you want to
Oh,
make a bet that he
yeah.
doesn't make the top 10 in fantasy wide receiver?
Nah, I'll make an
No,
even
it's
better bet with
not.
you. I'll make an even better bet with
DK
you.
Metcalf. And
I'll take DK Metcalf over Calvin Ridley.
I'll do that.
50 beans?
50 beans.
Nice.
There it is. Y'all saw it.
Y'all saw it here first.
Well, this is
We'll
the only place that they would see it.
Who'd you have under him?
Under who?
Calvin Ridley.
You want me to name all fucking
All
31
32 or
of them?
whatever.
The ones you just said.
So directly under him, I have Chris Olave, Devontae Adams, Terry McLaurin, Amon-Ra St. Brown, Amari Cooper.
Wow.
At,
Jesus. It's a joke. It's a joke.
at 10, I have Amon-Ra St. Brown. At 9, I have Stephon Diggs. At 8, I have Devontae Adams. At 7, I have DK Metcalf.
You don't gotta
And
cut
at
that.
And at 6, I have AJ Brown.
Solid.
We don't gotta cut that, right?
No,
No,
hell no.
We definitely do.
No, we don't.
definitely
No.
cutting
right?
that.
We don't got
What is wrong with that?
Bruh.
What?
Just continue the
I'm gonna
podcast,
continue
please.
the podcast.
All right.
But like, I don't think we
Y'all
need
are crazy. At 10, I have Amon-Ra St. Brown. At 9, I have Garrett Wilson. At 8, Devontae Adams. 7, Stephon Diggs. And 6, CeeDee Lamb.
to. Okay. At 10, I have DK Metcalf. At 9, I have Garrett Wilson. At 8, I have Stephon Diggs. At 7, I have Devontae Adams. And at 6, I have CeeDee Lamb. So
Nice.
I'm very high on your boy Garrett.
Me too.
Garrett.
We both have him at 9.
Wait, our 10 through 6 was very similar.
Was it?
You had CD at 6.
Yeah.
Devontae at 7.
No, 8.
Oh, okay.
Stephon at 7.
Got it. We just flipped them. Okay, cool.
All right.
Wow.
So we're up to the top.
We are.
Say the thing.
Go ahead. Don't fuck it up.
These are our top 5 fantasy wide receivers.
There you go.
All right. At 5, I have Garrett Wilson. At 4, I have Tyreek Hill. At 3, I have AJ Brown. At 2, I have Jamar Chase. And at 1, I have Justin Jefferson. What? What?
Bro, I'm the Jets. Shut up. Shut up.
Yeah, legit up.
I'm confused.
Garrett Wilson isn't no top 5 fantasy wide receiver.
Why not?
You would draft
Hey, I'm
Garrett,
cool with it, bro. I got him
Yeah.
on my
you would
dynasty
draft
squad.
Garrett Wilson before you draft Cooper Kupp
Yes.
in fantasy football?
Whoa.
You're
Yes.
tweaking.
Do it. I dare you.
Yeah. I would.
Wait,
Fucking bugging out.
Garrett Wilson is, you said 5?
Yes.
Someone put another bet on it.
I'll take Tyreek Hill over Garrett Wilson.
Whoa.
He Tyreek Hill
I do
above
have Tyreek Hill over Garrett Wilson.
Ah, shit. Who is under Garrett Wilson?
Cooper Kupp.
Cooper Kupp. I'll take Cooper Kupp over Garrett.
I'm not making any
Wilson.
bets on it
You stink.
He has no conviction.
Why are you so high on Garrett Wilson?
because of one man, Aaron Rodgers.
You said that the exact same way about Baker Mayfield. That shit was mad
Baker
funny.
Mayfield.
I
shit
watched
was
that
mad
back.
funny.
And I said Baker Mayfield like an asshole.
Bro,
Baker Mayfield.
no, and I cut out the other part. You said because of one man, Baker Mayfield, and the weapons they have, Chris Godwin, Mike.
Bucker my field.
Yo, this man reacts to Baker the same way he reacts to Aaron Rodgers. At this
Aaron
rate, they shouldn't have
Rodgers.
gave
Okay.
up shit.
So Garrett Wilson is the top receiver in an offense that's gonna potentially be top 7 in the league.
Why
with
are you
Aaron Rodgers.
screaming? Jesus.
Okay. No,
Nah.
you guys are this high on Garrett Wilson?
I have him at wide
You guys-
receiver 9,
Nine.
bro.
You guys really think it's that crazy?
I think top 5 is a little wild, but like
I think he
could
has potential to be
Look,
top 5.
man, I'm not complaining.
I think having him over Cooper Kupp is pretty insane thing
It's
to do.
really
Where do you
not.
have CD Lamb?
I just think
We're not listed
7.
yet.
All right,
Okay.
so I'll
I
take
think
CD
Cooper-
Lamb
I'll take
over.
6
I'll
and
take CD
7.
Lamb over Garrett Wilson.
It's like 5
I
and
think
7.
the last time we saw Cooper Kupp play a full season, he won the triple crown of
I
receiving.
mean, he was on pace to beat that
And
last
then
year.
yeah,
But
last year
again,
he was
he's on
even
the
better.
wrong
and then-
side of 30.
Yeah, he is.
I think in football that matters.
What the fuck is wrong with you today?
I'm a little sleepy.
Yeah, well, you're not gonna get any better
I'm a
today.
big old
We
sleepy.
got a fucking
Big old-
flight. We
big
got a
old-
flight.
He actually just turned 35 days ago.
Big old sleepy boy.
Happy birthday, Cooper.
Yeah.
Mr. Cuppington.
HBD.
We have a flight in like
All
6 hours.
At 5, I have CD Lamb. At 4, I have Cooper Kupp. At 3, I have Tyreek Hill. At 2, I have Jamar Chase. And at 1, I have Justin Jefferson.
I'm gonna clip that clip of y'all laughing at me saying Garrett Wilson, and we're gonna play it back at the end of the season. And I'm gonna be the one laughing at you guys.
I hope so. I have him on my dynasty team again. I would love that.
All right, so shut your freaking pothole.
Yo, that's just rude, man.
At 5, I have AJ Brown. At 4, Tyreek Hill. At 3, I have Cooper Kupp. At 2, Jamar Chase. And 1, Justin Jefferson.
Yeah, I have the exact same top 5 as you. At 5, I have AJ Brown. At 4, I have Tyreek Hill. At 3, I have Cooper Kupp. At 2, I have Jamar Chase. And 1, I have Justin Jefferson.
We did it.
So
All right.
our top 10s were eerily similar.
Wow.
Trincali.
We have so much left to do.
I mean, yeah, but that was fun.
That was
That was
so much
entertaining.
fun.
So
I had a
fun.
blast.
It was the time of my life.
Okay, anyways, yeah, so that's our top 40 wide receiver rankings for fantasy football. My favorite part about this is the fact that we really do just give everybody everything that we're going to be doing on draft day. So like anytime we have any draft with anybody, if they watch this podcast, they know everything. So, you know, not
I think
saying
no one
anyone will.
listens to our
I don't think
podcast.
that of our friends, of our friends, of our friends, of our friends, nobody, not a single person.
Which is kind of
Um,
fucked up.
Nah, it's okay. It's whatever. They
I
can
don't
do
know.
their own thing. It's whatever. As long as they're fucking subbed and following us on all
We're
of our
about to go to
socials.
Punta with 10 people, and the 5 others that we're going with, they don't watch our pod.
That's
Tom
not
does.
true. Tom does.
Tom does.
Tom
Consistently?
does.
Tom
I
always
think so.
watches the
Tom
pod.
does.
Okay. All right. Sorry, Tom. I
Because
didn't- I
Tom
didn't
will
mean
bring
to-
stuff up in the group chat that we mentioned.
Actually, we're going with 9 people. Pete don't listen to our shit.
Pete don't listen. Seabass don't
Pete-
fucking listen.
Pete will tune in from time to time, but like
He ain't a
can't
sports
hold,
guy.
yeah, you can't hold that against him.
He ain't a
It's not,
sports
it's not their
guy.
niche.
I know you're listening to this right
Pete
now.
helps me out.
We love you.
Pete will give me tips and tricks about TikTok and
All right,
stuff like
Pete,
that.
we appreciate
Pete
you,
wants us
Pete.
to
No, we
succeed.
love Pete.
Colin, I swear to God.
I have faith. that you're
Colin
listening.
should watch us.
Colin
He
should.
likes sports.
Seriously, Colin.
Whatever.
All right,
Flip our friends, man.
let's get into it.
All right. So as I said before, we're also going to be previewing the AFC and the NFC North. What? Why? Why are you staring like
What
that?
happened?
I don't know. It was just weird the way he said, "Just get into it."
Like a little fairy.
Anyways, we'll start off with the NFC North. You people suck. Fuck you, especially Dean,
What?
Mr. Wagner. No,
What I do.
I hate Mr. Wagner. I just fucking hate this guy. Anyways, all right. We'll start off with the first team. Here's the notebooks back out.
No one asked.
Okay. That was rude. That being the Chicago Bears with an over-under win total of 7.5. What are we taking?
Under. Very close.
Under, but I don't feel good about it.
Yep.
Under, and I feel good about it.
Yeah, I think I'd have to take the under. I just don't think their defense is there yet. They're another team where I think they're headed in the right directions. I like the additions they made to their linebacker core this offseason, but I just don't think they're just there yet. This is going to be a super competitive division too, so I don't think the teams are going to be that great. I don't think any team in
I
this
think
division
there's
is a
one
Super
team
Bowl
that is head and
contender.
shoulders above the rest in this division, though, but we will get into that.
But are
the
they
Be-
really head and
I don't think it's
shoulders
that-
above?
yeah.
Yes.
I mean, we'll get into it.
Yes.
We'll get into it.
Anyways, you're 100% right. I think this defense is going to be a bottom 5 to 10 unit. And the craziest part is they're going to use all their draft capital on this in the coming seasons because of the fact that they have so much draft capital, especially from trading the number 1 overall pick, The Bears are in such an amazing position. I don't think this is their year. But I will say one thing. This is the year that makes or breaks Justin Fields.
Yeah.
Point blank, period. If he's not great this season, he's done. He's gone. Because they could trade a bunch of picks to move up for Caleb Williams or Drake May or whoever they see fit. This is the make or break year for Justin Fields. You traded, you got DJ Moore, you have Darnell Mooney, you have Chase Claypool, Cole Kmet. You have a very good offensive line that's incredibly young as well. The defense is going to suck. We know that. But can they put up points? And that's what's going to matter here. It's Justin Fields' make or break season.
Can't forget about big Robert Tonyan.
Please shut up. Don't give me this, Robert. Don't give me Robert Tonyan, bro.
Why?
Because no.
Might help.
Doing what? A touchdown?
Maybe.
He'll probably score a touchdown.
Yeah.
I'll take the over a half a touchdown on Robert Tonyan this season.
I take over 3.5.
Whoa, that's a lot.
3.5, I think.
It's a lot of touchdowns for
He's
Robert.
had 3 touchdown games.
Yeah.
Yeah, but like he's not tight end 1 here. He's tight end 2.
It's okay.
Cole Kmet over 3.5 touchdowns. But Justin Fields will have a big season, I think. I think this is the year. It's make or
Agreed.
break for this guy.
That's my guy.
It is as make or break as it gets. I think they win 7 games this season, but I'm comfortable saying that they might win less, to be honest, too. But they should be competitive because of the fact that their offense is so good. But that's about all I really have to say about this team.
Yeah.
All right. Next up, this team might be a little bit more intriguing. That being the Green Bay Packers with an over-under win total of 7.5.
Same spot. Again,
I'm taking the under.
I'm taking the under, and I'm not feeling good about it.
Me neither.
Same spot.
Me
with the
neither
Bears.
at all,
me.
honestly. I think this is a better roster, though.
Agreed.
I'm gonna go over.
Okay.
I think
God.
Jordan Love comes out and is better than a lot of people think he is. I think he's a sitting on the bench for a few years in the NFL. Again, this is the same philosophy that I've been saying for the past however long. I think it could really help in the development of a quarterback, and I think especially in Green Bay, this kind of structure of has worked out. So I believe in Jordan Love, and I believe in their defense. They definitely got better.
I think he's going to be really ass or like an above average quarterback. And I don't think
You
there's
don't
an in
think there's a
between
between?
here.
Okay.
I don't think there's an in between here.
Well, I lean towards above average.
Okay. Wow. Okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna
Leaning
take
towards ass.
the over on the Packers. I think their defense is a top 10 unit. I think that's enough to
Their
get.
defense
to get-
is legit. For
Yeah.
sure.
I think their playmakers are young and getting better. I think they'll have enough to get 8 wins.
So my biggest issue is the fact that Rashawn Gary tore his ACL last season, I'm pretty sure it was. And he's one of the best edge rushers in the entire league, might I add. If he's not healthy or 100% healthy, I don't know where your pass rush is legitimately coming from. And that's kind of a problem for me. But the rest of their defense is loaded. They're very talented on defense, especially in the secondary with Jair and Rasul Douglas. Eric Stokes also was injured last season. He'll be coming back. Their defense is really good, sure, but it literally all rides on Jordan Love. What do we like? That's the question. What is Jordan Love? Because if he's really good, I could see this team being as good as 10 or 11 wins, if I'm being entirely honest. But I can also see this team being as bad as 4 or 5. That's the scary part here with this team.
I think he'll have its ups and downs. That's where they land in
This division is a dogfight. man.
Yeah,
the 8-win range.
especially with a quarterback that hasn't really played consistently like that in the NFL
Well,
yet.
hasn't played.
At all.
Yeah.
Hasn't played,
So,
period, really.
gonna
He
be
had
tough.
like a drive.
Yeah.
Yeah, because you had the best quarterback in the league. So
All right, next up, got the Detroit Lions with an over-under win total of 9.5.
Over.
I'm taking the over as well. I'm smashing the over.
smashing
Smashing.
that shit.
I'm gonna take the under.
Kid in the Atlanta hat just wants to be different, bro.
Nah, I think they're a really good team. Like we said, I think this division's gonna be a dogfight, and just don't know if they're there yet. I think they're gonna make the playoffs. I think they're gonna win the division. 10 wins is a lot of wins, man.
It is.
This is a
a
bad
lot of
division.
Can you win a division with less than 10 wins?
Yes.
If you're the
Yes.
best team in the
No.
division,
Well,
you
now-
win.
I know,
Hey,
but I'm
bro,
saying if you're
teams have
number
won
one
with sub
Now that
500
there's 17
records.
games, I think getting 10 wins isn't the
As
most.
hard, yeah.
No.
Definitely gives you another opportunity with another game.
That is true.
But-
I guess
No, I do. I think this division is just going to be a dogfight. I think no matter how bad the teams may look on paper, the NFC North is always tough. Even when the Bears were ass all those years, the Bears always gave all those teams hard games. So I don't know, man. I don't know. I might regret taking the under here, but that's just how I feel.
I mean, what is there to regret?
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah, no
It's
regrets.
okay.
we're
You're
not
right,
gonna
you're
we're not
right,
gonna
you're
get
right.
all
No
of these
regrets, no
correct,
regrets, no
man.
regrets.
Like we're just not
No
gonna get all of
regrets.
these correct. But you guys took the over.
yeah.
I, crazy enough, think they're gonna win 12 games this season. I think.
Well, you think the NFL's next great dynasty?
Well,
so.
no. If they
Yeah.
drafted Bryce Young, I would have thought that, but they didn't end up going.
So no,
straight
they're
up to
not
get-
the NFL's next great
No,
dynasty?
but they are a current
Oh,
legit playoff contender.
you should take
in
that
my
video
opinion.
down.
I should take that video down,
Yeah.
but I'm not.
So
going
you're
to.
upset that they drafted Jahmyr Gibbs?
I'm just upset that they didn't trade up for Bryce Young.
Okay.
Just that simple. I'm just.
What do you
upset
think
that
about
they-
Jahmyr Gibbs?
I love
Drafting
Jahmyr.
Jahmyr Gibbs was a pretty questionable decision.
It was a terrible pick at that point in the draft, but he's going to be phenomenal in fantasy football, and he'll be a great weapon for them, especially since Jameson Williams is again going to be suspended. They're going to put him a lot at wide receiver, I think, and have David Montgomery in the backfield.
Well, it was confusing considering how much success they did have with Swift and Jamal Williams last year to just move on from the both of them and reset their backfield with David Montgomery and Jahmyr Gibbs.
I don't hate it because Montgomery's more talented than Jamal.
No, they definitely got better, but did you have to spend the 12th pick?
Oh, no, I agree. I think
To
that
do
was
that?
a terrible draft pick,
Right.
honestly. But looking at it now, they needed the weapon.
Objectively, it should be better.
What
on
do we
paper.
think Jameson Williams? Like Jameson Williams, what is he when he comes back? He had one
a
catch
really
last
good
season.
receiver.
I'm concerned about that. I don't know. I just don't know.
No, I
There's
think
the
with that
unknown.
over the top speed, just to be a number 2 guy, I think he's going to be successful. He's a talented kid.
That's fair. That's fair. I mean, I hope so. Again, another guy I have on my dynasty team, but I don't know. I don't know how I feel about that in terms of Jameson Williams, but the rest of this team is loaded. They have arguably the best offensive line in the entire league. That's a fact. They've added so many players on defense that are versatile pieces that they can move all over the field. That's going to help them a bunch. I mean, they still have good corners that they signed this offseason. They have a pass rush by committee that I don't really love, but at the same time, Aiden Hutchinson is that dude. I mean, outside of that, I think it's a very well-rounded roster, and I think it's that good to dominate this division, personally. I do. I think they lose one game, and it's to the Vikings and inside the division. That's it. Outside of that, I don't really know. But yeah,
You think they sweep the Packers?
I think they sweep the Packers, and I think they sweep the Bears. I think they sweep both of them. I just think the Vikings take a game off them. Anyway, speaking of them, the Vikings over/under win total is set at 8.5. What do we think?
Under.
I also have the under.
Under.
Vikings?
That is the other team in this division, yes.
Under.
I just think they're not good.
Their
Their
defense
defense-
sucks.
Their
Defense
defense
is-
is horrible.
And Kirk just never has been doing it for me.
I mean, Kirk's really good, but like,
Their
he
defense was
really
ass,
good?
and it got more ass.
he's really good as a regular. Oh my God, it's terrible, bro. And they might trade Daniil Hunter. It's just going to get even worse. Yes, Kirk is very good.
Okay.
Kirk has consistently been very good the last few seasons in the regular season at bare
at
minimum.
1 o'clock.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If he plays in prime time, maybe not so much, but like he has been consistently very good, in my opinion. That's it. I mean, aside from that, their offense will be explosive. I literally have in my notes here, it's going to be a top 5 offense and a bottom 5 defense.
Well, they lost
So,
Dalvin.
Yes, they lost Dalvin, but
So who's their running back?
Alexander Madison.
That's it?
Yeah, pretty much. I don't know. It's a good team. The offensive line is
Deuce
also solid.
McBride.
Like, do you really?
Deuce McBride's going to take Madison's job. I
don't
saw
know,
the
man.
script.
Do you really trust Madison to be your featured running back? Like that's the guy?
I feel like
Well, that's what it is.
that's what they're rolling with.
That's exactly what I'm fucking saying. That's the point.
You don't, is what you're saying.
Yeah.
I think he's reliable. I don't think he's anything special, but I think he's reliable. and that's all you really need.
Team's not serious.
Yo, I said Deuce McBride. I meant Dwayne McBride.
I
Yeah,
was
I was
about
gonna
to
say
say
that.
it.
I was like,
My bad.
I
My
was thinking
apologies.
maybe that was also his nickname or something. But
No, Dwayne McBride. My apologies.
it's okay.
But yeah, no, I don't think this roster is good enough. I think their defense is
the
atrocious.
Vikings are an unserious team.
Yes, I agree. They're always a fluke.
You see, they don't want to give Justin Jefferson an extension yet.
What?
You didn't see that
No,
report?
I don't. Nope.
They said that
did
they
not.
have time. It's fine.
Okay, that's ridiculous. You pay the man right the fuck now.
I just think you don't even mess around with your star receiver, the best
I
receiver in the league,
agree.
becoming unhappy. You know what I mean?
completely agree with you.
Why would you even run that risk?
To a more interesting division,
No,
honestly.
no.
No,
The other
no, no,
thing.
no.
Oh yeah. Who's one player in the NFC North do you expect to break out?
I know he's a rookie, but Jahmyr Gibbs from the Lions.
Love it.
That's
I love it.
Where they drafted him, they're obviously, I think, going to run him to the ground. They're going to use him a lot, whether it's on the ground, passing. I think he's going to have a really good season for them, especially with like not many wide receivers there.
Immediate impact.
Yeah. So
okay.
I love
Fair
it.
enough. Who you got, Dean?
I got Jordan Love. I said it before. I think he's gonna come out, and I think the experience behind Aaron Rodgers is gonna pay dividends for him, and he will ball out this season. He's gonna show everybody what he's got finally.
Yeah, I mean, I said it before. I was going to talk about him a little bit more. DJ Moore. I think DJ Moore is about to have the best season of his career by far, and I think that he's going to prove to everybody that he should have been used as a wide receiver one, should have legitimately been used, because he is that guy. He's arguably going to enter himself in the top 10 wide receiver combo this season. And I know that's a elite of the elites, but I think DJ Moore is going to be that good this year. He's that guy.
I'm going to go with Jalen Johnson from the Chicago Bears. I think he's had a pretty impressive start to his career, but he's had some health concerns. He's had times where it looks like he hasn't put it all together, but he's shown so many flashes of being a true shutdown corner. So I think this year, with some of the additions they made on defense, he's going to put it all together and cement himself as a top 15 corner in the game.
I was thinking about Jalen too. That's a good pick. But all right. So what's the order that we have these teams? What's our division standings?
I have the
Lions, Packers, Bears, Vikings.
Lions, Vikings, Bears, Packers.
Lions, Packers, Vikings, Bears.
Lions, Vikings, Packers, Bears. Yeah.
Nice. Congrats.
All right. On to, as I said before, a more entertaining division here. We'll start with the first team. We'll start with the Cleveland Browns, who finished in last place last season in this division. Browns over-under win total was set at 9.5.
Under.
I'm taking the over.
I'm also taking the over here.
I think it's under by a little bit. I think they get 8 to 9 wins. I think they're good, but
I think they could be as low as 7 or as high as 12.
As low
I agree
as
with that.
7? You think that's the lowest?
As low as 7 wins, as high as 12.
I think they have a high
Yes.
ceiling, this team.
They have an
They have a very high
incredibly
ceiling.
high ceiling based
Yeah.
solely on Deshaun Watson.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, this roster's been there for years, like ready to win. They've just been a quarterback away for years.
I just need to see it from Deshaun Watson first. Like, you haven't seen this man play successful football in 3 years. Legitimately. I know he didn't play 2 of them, but he wasn't good when he did play last year either. You know, I need to see it. It's been 3 years. It's not the easiest thing to overcome not playing football for that long. And, you know, his first taste back was not good. So I don't know. We'll see. I'm not going to, put all my eggs on over 9.5 wins for them. That's just considering you still have, I'll say it, the Bengals and Ravens in the division.
I
They're
agree.
not better than those teams, in my opinion.
Their schedule outside of the division is soft, though. That I will say. That's a big difference. I think they honestly win like 11 games this season. I think this is one of the most well-rounded rosters in the entire league. You finally got a bookend for Myles Garrett, too, and Zadarius Smith, which was a very under-the-radar signing this offseason. They added other pass rushing depth. They added Dalvin Tomlinson, who's one of the best interior defensive linemen in the entire league. miss him on the Giants, to be honest. But yeah, I mean, they have a bunch of guys on this team. The defense is honestly going to be a top 5 to 7-ish unit, in my opinion. And then obviously, if you get a great season from Deshaun Watson and he's showing most of what he showed like 3 years ago, this is a Super Bowl contender. That's how good this roster can be.
Yeah, and I think in terms of Deshaun Watson, having a full off season without all the attention on him is kind of quiet. I don't think anyone's really talking about the Browns that much. I think that's only going to benefit him and the team.
Agreed. This receiving core is also very good. Amari, Elijah Moore, Donovan Peoples-Jones, who's very slept on, and then David Njoku.
Yeah.
This is a very good receiving core.
David Njoku kind of broke onto the scene finally a little bit
Yes, he
last
did.
year. So
Yes, he did.
hopefully he continues that.
Incredibly
They have
talented
everything.
team.
They should be able to win some games.
There's not a weakness on this
No.
roster, if I'm being entirely honest. There really isn't. That's the scary part. So if they put it all together, it's one of the best teams in the NFL. This team could have 3 Super Bowl contenders in this division. That's crazy. That's wild to me. What? Am I wrong?
Kinda. You said this team could have 3 Super Bowl
I mean,
contenders.
this division can have 3 Super Bowl contenders.
There you go.
This
You're
division can have
kinda
3
wrong.
Super Bowl contenders. That's crazy.
Yeah.
Next up, the Steelers with an over-under win total of 8.5. What do we think?
Under.
Under. What the fuck?
Under.
That's a high.
Wait, Dean, let's do that again. Under.
Under.
What the fuck?
What the fuck?
What were you? That's a.
What?
Smooth.
What were you saying?
That's
That's
a
a.
high over under for this Pittsburgh Steelers, in my opinion. It's unfair. Setting them up for failure.
Say it.
Say it.
I'm taking the over.
Okay. We disagree. Cool.
So, by virtue of taking the under in this case, right? That means Mike Tomlin finally has the first sub 500 season of his career
Hell
true.
yeah.
as a coach.
Shit.
Give it to me.
I want to change
I
my
said
answer.
no.
I want to change
because
my answer now.
They'll win 9 games, be perfectly average, but because they're coached by Mike Tomlin, they will be an above 500 team.
I'm curious to see the other 2 teams of what you take, because I feel like I'm gonna be surprised.
No,
I
you're
just
not.
think with how good this
So everybody's
division
gonna
is-
go over?
Everyone in this division is going over, yes.
That's just not possible.
I've had entire divisions go under too, or 3 out of 4 in most divisions
I
go
just
under.
think with how good this division is, it's going to be tough for them to get to 9 wins.
I agree.
I think this is not a bad football team by any stretch of the imagination. They have a
Mhm.
solid defense. They have a more than solid scheme in place there, being coached by a guy like Mike Tomlin. The division schedule is real tough.
I agree, and I had them splitting with the Browns and the Ravens, but I had the Bengals sweeping them. I think they always take one from the Ravens. They always manage, no matter what. And then the Browns, I just think they're going to Browns in one division game at least. So I think it'll end up being against the Steelers. And they always know how to play in the division. It's just that simple. And as I said, I think Kenny Pickett's going to have a very good season. So, like, surprisingly enough, if I think Kenny Pickett's going to have a good season with how talented this defense is in terms of their pass rush in general, just the front 7, I think they're capable of winning 9 games. And I think Mike Tomlin will continue his above 500 streak, or at least no losing season streak. That's the only reason I said that. Because I was like, you know what? I can't give Mike Tomlin a losing season. It's just not going to happen. Not yet. Maybe not ever. All right, next up. We have the Baltimore Ravens with an over-under win total of 10.5.
Over.
Smashing the over.
Over.
You're an idiot. That's it. I think they win 13 games, and I think they're a Super Bowl contender. The only question with them is the pass rush. I literally have no other questions with this roster. Who's rushing the passer? That's it.
Over the far away.
No, that doesn't inspire me exactly. The only guys that I could think of is Owe, yeah, and then David Ojabo. David Ojabo was a 2nd-round pick last season, and he was going to be a 1st-round pick, or maybe he was the last pick in the 1st round. But regardless, he was going to be a 1st-round pick, possibly top 10 if he never tore his ACL. I believe that was the injury that he had. Maybe it was Achilles. But regardless, Ojabo was a 1st-round talent, top 10 talent, and he fell in the draft, of course, for the Ravens. But
Yeah, their question mark has always been their weapons on offense, and they obviously fixed that this offseason. Zay Flowers, Odell, Drafted Isaiah Likely.
That was 2 years ago, but yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I said one thing about this team. There's probably the most injury concerns amongst a core of skill position players that I've ever seen. Lamar has injury concerns. J.K. Dobbins, I guess you could say he has injury concerns. Rashad Bateman, Ronnie Stanley, Odell Beckham,
That shit's so
Mark
weak
Andrews.
to say a guy has
Everyone
injury.
except Zay Flowers.
Everyone
Say a
except
guy has
Zay.
injury concerns because one injury is so fucking weak.
But it's
bro.
it is the truth though. It's unfortunate, but if it's a
ACL.
torn ACL, then it is. Like it's a question
For a
mark.
running back in the NFL.
But yeah,
Yes.
there's so many potential injuries here, and that kind of scares me a little bit.
I'm
but-
looking at their depth chart on ESPN, and it has Nelson Aguilar as their starting running back. Like, I'm not even capping.
No, I
you.
know I saw that, but it's not. It's obviously JK, but yeah, I saw that. Nelson Aguilar is a solid backup receiver to have. I will say
Yeah.
that much.
I just think this defense is going to be really, really good. I think they have by far the best linebacker duo in the NFL.
Agreed.
I think their secondary is phenomenal. Another year of Kyle Hamilton
I'd
developing.
argue it's the best in the league as
Yeah,
well.
we know what Marcus Williams is. We know what Marlon Humphrey is. They signed Rock Ya-Sin.
Yeah,
Such a funny name.
it is, but he's really good.
And I think their pass rushers, like you said, David Ojabo, I thought was a great pick. I think he's going to be really good as a rookie. And I have all the confidence in the world in Odafa Owe. And I think, like you guys said, they added a lot of weapons on offense, and they got a new OC in Todd Monken, who I just think is just going to take this offense to new levels.
Fair. I mean, if they could generate a pass rush, I have no concerns about this roster at all, aside from the injury question marks, and that's literally it. This is a Super Bowl contending roster, period. Like, if Lamar's healthy, it's that simple. All right. The last team in this division finished in first place last season, known as the Super Bowl contender, and that is the Cincinnati Bengals with an over-under win total of 11.5.
Over.
Taking the over as well.
11.5 is a lot, but I'm going to go over.
I could see the under, though.
in Joe
at 11.
Shiesty, I believe.
I'm going to take the under. I think they get 11. I think losing Jesse Bates is going to hurt them more than people realize.
Their safety duo was very shaky.
Yeah.
Very
I'm
shaky.
not the biggest believer in their defense. We know what their offense could do. They made moves to bolster up that offensive line, which has been a big concern for them. I'm just not the biggest believer in that defense.
That O-line still isn't very great.
Yeah.
It's still not
definitely
great.
improving, but
I will say though, outside of the two safeties, their defense is loaded. It's loaded top to bottom outside of the safeties.
Yeah,
like
losing Jesse Bates sucks.
losing Jesse Bates hurts big time, but outside of them, your defense is crazy. Like it's incredibly talented. With one of the best pass rushes in the entire league. Outside of that, it's Joe fucking Burrow, it's Jamar Chase, and it's T. Higgins.
Can
And
I ask you, because I genuinely don't know, and I should know, how is their O-line?
it's still one of the worst in the NFL,
Yeah, I
but
think-
they added Orlando Brown and replacing Jonah Williams, and Jonah Williams was actually one of the worst tackles in the
So
league.
if
last
there were
season, so-
concerns about their offense, it'd be that.
yes, absolutely. It's
And the
still
running
offensive
back,
line.
of course, with Joe Mixon situation.
I will say they have 3 above average offensive linemen, but the other 2 spots are kind of iffy. Lyle Collins was hurt, but even prior to that, he was playing like shit. Jonah Williams is still there, but he was playing like shit. They signed Orlando Brown. As I said, he's incredible. We know that. But outside of that, it's you have a solid right guard, you have a solid center, and your left tackle is good. The other 2 are massive question marks right now, and that's a big issue. So yeah, I mean, I don't know. It's tough, but you also have the best receiver duo in the league. So that makes up for a lot. And there's question marks around Joe Mixon, which is kind of an issue as well, but you can always figure out a running game, in my opinion. I think that's the least important position on the entire team, but that's just me.
I mean, considering your O-line's not great, I mean, is it really a situation where you could just figure it out
Yes, I think so.
with a bad O-line?
Personally, I think
I
it's
mean, the Bengals have figured it out the past 2 years.
yeah.
Yeah, but they've had Joe Mixon.
Mixon is okay.
Mixon.
I don't think Mixon
half
is a
the league running back.
special. Yes, I agree, but he's not I don't think he's a special talent, in my opinion. I think there's maybe 5 special
do you
talents in the
mean?
entire NFL.
I think the Bengals make Joe Mixon's ceiling higher. Joe Mixon doesn't make the Bengals ceiling higher.
Yes.
Does that make sense?
That's perfectly.
Are you hearing
perfectly
me or
stated.
no?
No,
Yeah.
I understand. I
Yeah.
see what you're saying.
He's a great. I think he's a
what-
really good
what
player.
other options do they have? Samaje?
No, I
Perine?
think
Maybe
the team
Dalvin?
definitely takes a hit if he's not there. 100%. They have
Maybe
Chris
Dalvin?
Evans.
I'm just throwing it out there. It's probably not going to happen, but maybe Dalvin. Just saying. Even though I think there's only 2 destinations for Dalvin, but yeah, I mean, I think the Bengals are great. I think they will finish. Actually, we'll get into that in a second. Anyways, who's one breakout player in the AFC North?
No. Who's one player?
Who is
you
one
think
player?
is
Yeah.
Gonna break out.
Who is one player you think is going to break out in the AFC North?
Kenny Pickett, second-year quarterback.
Fuck.
Oh, did I take your pick?
No, it's his teammate.
Okay, it was between the two of them. Honestly,
ahead.
So we go together. But yeah, I think he's gonna take a big step this season in his second year. He had a pretty solid rookie year. He showed some flashes. His weapons got better in the offseason. And I think he's gonna have a really good year for the Steelers.
Who you got, Dean? As you yawn.
I'm going with my boy Zay Flowers. I was extremely high on him, clearly by my fantasy rankings. Being able to learn from a guy like Odell Beckham is great in a situation where Lamar is going to be throwing the ball more now that he has his contract. They're not going to be as willing to throw him out there and destroy his legs. Zay Flowers is going to have tons of opportunities to be great.
Agreed. Chris, who you got?
I'm going with my guy, Odafa Owe. I think the Ravens they need him to break out. Honestly, if this team's gonna have success, they lack edge rushers. So if this team wants to accomplish what they want to accomplish, Odafa Owe has to have a huge season off the edge. And I think he's more than capable of it. He has all the physical tools to be a very good edge rusher in today's NFL.
Agreed. You know, I was just about to pick George Pickens, but I just changed my mind last minute. I've been giving J.K. Dobbins all the hype in the world this offseason, and that's the guy that I'm going to ride with. I'm going to ride him, honestly. I'm going to ride J.K. Dobbins and say that he's going to be a top 5 rusher in the entire NFL this season. He's incredible. He's one of the best in the league at forcing missed tackles. And I just think that this is J.K. Dobbins' breakout season. He's going to go for more than 1,300 or 1,400 rushing yards, in my opinion. So
We're
that's
just
the
not going to say anything about what he said.
What?
What'd he say? He didn't say anything.
So J.K. Dobbins is his breakout player.
I didn't say anything.
Nothing.
You're getting away with that. That's crazy.
I'm not getting away with anything.
Whatever.
What? That he's gonna ride him?
I would ride him.
I would
too.
ride J.K.
Are
Dobbins.
you
yes.
crazy? What are you talking about?
What's so bad about that?
Aren't you riding Zay Flowers?
You're literally riding the fuck out of Zay Flowers, if I'm being
Riding
honest.
Kenny Pickett.
I'm riding Odafe Owe.
See, never mind.
Y'all are crazy.
How? I think you're crazy, Dean.
All right.
Anyways.
I'd
See ya.
love to ride Zay Flowers.
There you go. Exactly. We all love to ride, guys. Anyways, all right.
You guys actually
We don't happen to have we don't really need, do we?
That's it.
Okay.
Thank
Please.
God. Thank
All right.
God.
Let's go.
Thank you. It's been a long day of recording, guys. You have no idea. Anyways, thank you guys so much. Oh, wait. Before we get into that, anyways, want to just give a big shout out to our sponsors over at SeatGeek, as SeatGeek takes the complications out of buying tickets as they grade each score on grade each deal on a scale of 1 to 10, with green being a good deal and red being a bad deal. Please be sure to use the code BallGamePod for $20 off your first purchase with SeatGeek. Again, that is BallGamePod for $20 off your first purchase at SeatGeek. Just want to give a big thanks to the guys. Everybody, I can't English tonight. I'm done.
Thanks, SeatGeek. We love you.
Thank you, SeatGeek. We love you for partnering with us. Anyways,
Yo, next time he,
please be sure. What?
Did I unplug it?
What? I can't English tonight. I'm ready to be done.
next time he says green, we should make it green. Next time red, make it red.
You guys know what? By the way, guys, it is currently 11 o'clock, and we have a flight in 6 hours. So,
That's
anyways,
not the worst thing.
See ya.
Thank you guys so much for watching. Please be sure to leave a like, subscribe, hit that notification bell, and follow us on all of our socials in that description below. And with that,
Ball game.